This advice from Grant Cardone completely changed my mindset and completely changed the trajectory of my business as well. And in this video, I'm going to show you the strategies I learned, the things which adjusted my mindset, and the principles he teaches, which actually had a massive impact on the way I did things. So I came across Grant Cardone about 7 or 8 years ago now, where he was closing this customer over the phone, and he was just so upfront and straightforward and frank with the customer. I was like, who is this guy?
All right, there's one answer. Yay or nay? Yes or no? You know who this is? It don't matter who it is. Yes or no? That is the first question. Yes or no? Hey, Nick, if $100 is the decision maker, don't do it. Because if you're interested in $100, man, you need to go find a street corner to beg on.
So let's talk about the lessons he actually taught me, which had an impact. The first one is that you have to continually bat for yourself. There is no one in this world who will bat for you if you don't bat for yourself. And here's a great example of where he had to go and bat for himself repeatedly in his younger years. This is a fantastic interview, but I'm just going to show you a clip of it.
What's the worst job that you've ever had?
God, man, a lot of jobs I had that were bad. I would come to Indianapolis once a year, and I was calling on car dealers. I was trying to sell car dealers. You know, car dealers, man, they don't trust anybody. They just tough, man. I remember people, hey, yeah, I'll see you, Grant. I'd go cold calling these guys, and I'd walk in, Dorian, can you give me like 5 minutes? Yeah, man, I'll give you 5 minutes. Just wait out there in the lobby. I had people let me wait for 2 and 3 hours in the lobby, only to come out 3 hours later and say, can't see you today. One guy let me into his meeting. Come on in, man. You can talk to my guys. I started talking. I'm in 20 seconds. Time out, time out. We're good, we're good. See you later. I did that for 3.5 years. I did 200 presentations a year, 200 days a year on the road, and 90% of them were, you're good, we're good, out of here. I was doing this for free. I was doing auditions. My wife's an actress, and I know you're an artist. And one day, my wife, we were in LA. She comes home crying from an audition. It was terrible. It was terrible. Oh my God, they hated me. I said, hey, shut up. She's like, you don't know what it's like to be an artist. I said, no, I don't know what it's like to be invited to an audition. Every audition I did, I forced my way into a room and sat people down and said, listen to some bullshit.
So 200 presentations a year for 3.5 years, where he used to get rejected after like 20 seconds into it. Man, that's hard work. And that's hard work he put in and graft that made him who he was today. They were the foundations that he built. You see, most people look at the end product. Look at this social media guy. Look at this big famous person now. They got it easy. They must have been an overnight success. But you clearly see that the overnight success was crafted 30 years ago by putting together that hard work. And it made me think that, like, hey, if I want to be successful and I want to, run a successful business, I'm going to have to put the work in now. I'm going to have to train so hard that my legs are burning, like I'm running on a treadmill, like I've lifted too much weight as if I was at the gym, that I am constantly focused on crafting the skills which will later compound into something amazing, just like he did. The next bit of advice that I took away that really worked to me is how to implement the 10x rule. Now, Grant Cardone has a book called the 10x rule, in which case he walks you through what it's all about and what sort of shifts you can have from it. But here's a great video which will actually show you that, and this is him talking about it and how to implement it.
3 things I'm trying to accomplish in 10x is new think. Okay, because when I have new think, right, what am I doing? I'm excited again. New problems. I actually want new problems. Most people are trying to get rid of problems, solve problems. Because when you're solving problems, whether it's money problems, people problems, business problems, you're solving the world's problems. When you're doing that, you're alive, you're experiencing, you're expanding, and you're doing big things. So what am I looking for? New think. I'm looking for inspiration, man. How do I do this? How do I do this? What would I have to do to make this happen, okay? New problems, man. Oh my God, man, I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough people. Nobody knows me. When you start thinking big, and surrounding yourself with other 10x people that are doing massive things, you start literally asking yourself better quality questions, which I'm going to talk about here in a second. And you start looking for, hey, how would I solve the problem? Who would I need? How much money would I have to access? Where would I get the debt? Who would my partners be? Which brings us to new solutions, and the new solutions is what is going to give you the inspiration, the excitement, and the momentum that you need, okay? So
what he's saying there is if you get a goal and 10x it or 10 times it, you will start coming up with creative problem solving to actually achieve this goal. And I know this is actually true. I used to work at a restaurant/bar. And during that time, each of the directors were focused on was how can we get an extra 3% on this business per year? But instead, I thought, how can we actually double this business per year, this already established business? Now, we didn't double it, but what I did was actually network with different people, filled it with parties, got it fully booked out because I knew holding parties and events with lots of happy party-going people, these types of people would start buying the higher ticket items, the champagne, the expensive vodkas, the expensive things. Right? They would buy each of them because they want to have a good time. And instead of adding 3%, which is what the directors were trying to add to this already established business, we added 250 grand, which was over 25%, all because I thought bigger. They only gave me £100 bonus, by the way, when I added 250 grand to their business for the year. So I quickly sacked them off and went to somewhere else. But the point still stands. If you 10x or make your goal way bigger, your brain starts to creatively problem solve, and that's exactly what Grant's talking about. The third piece of advice that Grant Cardone said, which has had a big impact on me, is any attention is good attention. So I want you to watch the next clip about what he says about attention and what he thinks about it.
Talk about myself, I'm talking about what you could be doing to get attention. Because if you don't get attention, I'll promise you, your life conditions will never change. If you do not get attention, the conditions of your life will never change. No matter how you vote, no matter what church you go to, if you do not get more attention, you cannot change your conditions without attention.
Now, you see what he's saying there? You must do anything to get attention. And in 2019, he did an infamous interview with Jordan Belfort where everyone thought he came off really badly because Grant seemed to be so kind of aggressive towards Jordan.
There should be 24 hours. There should be 24/7 supervision. They should be. The phone calls should be recorded. The manager should know exactly what they opened with.
But in the real world, though, that's not. Here's the
In
thing.
my real world, it's possible.
I know, but
in your real world, maybe it's not. But in your real world, everybody's using drugs. So in my real world, nobody's using drugs, and you're going to set the intention. Hey, I'm calling because I want to get you on this program. That's the reason I'm calling you.
Okay, so
Now, you want to see the comments on this video. The fact that people are still paying Cardone after watching this video proves he's an amazing marketer. Jordan is an incredible conversationalist. He's non-confrontational. The amount of insecurity and passive aggressiveness from Grant Cardone is unreal. Tons and tons of hate comments. But did you see what he did there? The untrained eye thinks he just went on a podcast and made a fool of himself. No, he didn't. He actually got so much attention. In fact, that episode alone did 2.2 million views. And now as soon as people debate whether Jordan Belfort is the best salesman out of there, loads of people instantly comment, well, he's much better salesman than that fraud Grant Cardone. And it's free advertising because he gives Grant Cardone's name out. And the people who aren't familiar with him start thinking, hey, who is this Grant Cardone guy? It's so smart. Most people are just focusing on the first move, but Grant Cardone's actually focusing on the whole chessboard. And he's not only a master marketer, he's a master chess player as well. And so you must start thinking, how can I think bigger to get more attention? What sort of lateral thinking can I apply to get more eyeballs on me? When you combine all of the 3 principles I've outlined in this video, the fact that he says you must bat for yourself because nobody else is going to bat for you. You must put in the work. You must 10x your goals because it unlocks creative problem solving. And you must do what's necessary to get attention. You've got yourself a recipe for success. And this not only really helped my business, but this type of problem solving actually helped create that other restaurant business an extra 250 grand in a year, right? So I hope you can take these principles out of this video and actually apply them to your own business like I did with my own. And I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video. It helps me tremendously with the algorithm. And take care. See you in the next one.